Hey.
Hey.
Paul.
Paul. Mike.
Nice to meet you, Mike.
Nice to meet you. You gonna give me a book?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Man.
I haven't read that. I actually haven't read this one yet. Oh no, actually, cut that. I made that one. It was like the first business book I read. I was like, I can't really read business books, but I should. So I picked that up.
Thank you.
So it was just freaking awesome. I just learned so much, and it got me geared up to actually read business books.
Oh, wow.
You brought me in a whole new world of actually thinking seriously about landscaping. So.
Oh, we got my cameraman here. What have you learned in growing your business and listening to business books?
I learned I knew a lot more than I originally knew. I just didn't know I knew it, if that makes sense. That it was just a matter of bringing that to the forefront and just like, oh yeah, that's very, very logical, and I should be doing that, and I'm not doing that. I know I should be doing that, but I'm not. So that's probably one of the big things. Cool.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too.
Cool. Blake, what would you share to somebody who's just starting out in business?
Take care of your customers, go above and beyond. Everybody talks about don't do something that you're not getting paid for. Well, in the beginning of the business, I don't agree with that. I think that you should go above and beyond for people. For Susie, I always say, because Susie will share your name with her friends, with the neighbors. Even to this day, where my website does really well, Susies that are spreading my name are still number one, because it's like instant. If their friend tells you, hey, B&B, like, you don't have to prove yourself to them. And consistency, anything in life, just be consistent and it'll pay off.
Take care, Sweet Sue.
Susie.
We have SB Mowing in the house.
What's up, Paul? It's nice seeing you. This is the first time I'm seeing this whole day.
Yeah, we have a TikTok star here, man. I go through TikTok and it's like 217,000 likes, man.
No. I just passed 1 million followers.
Yeah. Congratulations, man. Phil's Lawn Care was looking for you. Did you see him yet?
I've seen him earlier today, but I haven't seen him for a while. So you got a whole line waiting for you.
How's the Equip Expo been? Last year you were like 2-3 months into being a content creator. You've blown up since then. What's it been like coming back to Equip now, being SB Mowing?
It's been cool. I kind of know what I'm looking for now. I'm not just kind of scattered around. I know a lot more people now, which is really cool. So I'm seeing a lot of familiar faces, which is awesome. And get to go try out new equipment. I know what I want, I know what I like, and just get to try all the new stuff, especially the battery-powered stuff.
What was it like to give $10,000 to that guy? I was scrolling through TikTok. I'm like, man, $10K.
For anyone that doesn't know the story, I went and I did this yard for this veteran, and he was disabled, and he ended up not even having his utilities on. So I got on my social media platforms, and we raised $10,000 for him in 2 days. I went back and gave it to him in cash, and best day ever for him. For me, it was awesome. It was cool.
Yeah, he gave him $5K, and then he's like, oh, I got 5 more thousand.
Yeah, I counted out the first 5,000, and then he was all freaking out. And I told him I had a little bit of a lie, and I pulled out the other 5,000 and gave it to him.
And then he's like, I got to go to the bank. And then did you guys actually take him to the bank? Or?
No, he had his niece come pick him up to bring him to the bank real quick, and it made local news and everything. It was cool.
Oh, wow. What's it like to have 1 million TikTok followers?
It's weird. I still can't really comprehend the numbers sometimes, but it's cool.
Yeah. Your wife's not a gold digger, though. You guys got married before.
No, we started dating about 6 years ago, so she's no gold digger. No. Yeah, we got married about 3 months ago. Been dating for about 6 years, so yeah.
What's one piece of practical advice you give to somebody who's trying to make more content online?
Don't be afraid to do it. It's always hard getting out there and making your first video, and like when you put it out there and you see that like, oh, 3 people saw it, who cares? Just get out there, and as long as you're making good videos, people are gonna watch it.
Thank you. Tomorrow night we're gonna do a podcast with Phil's Lawn Care and Beck the Beast.
Is that gonna be
at Copper and Kings? We're gonna do it inside though on the 3rd floor.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I told them let's start around 6 when it opens before it gets too loud and crazy.
Okay.
But I want to do Phil's Lawn Care.
What time does it start officially?
6.
Okay.
But I want to get specifically one show, you, Phil, and Beck the Beast.
Okay.
Juggernaut didn't come, did he?
No.
Okay. I want to get you guys. You got it.
That'd be cool.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow night. Keith Kalfas, what's one piece of practical advice you give to someone just starting in business?
Bro, go find people, if you can't in person, but maybe on social media, cut out all the noise of all this crazy stuff, Elon Musk and all this, and just find somebody who is where you want to be at the next step and follow their coattails. And then maybe if you get to the point where you've made it there, find someone else. But if you try to go way too big too soon and you're into all this ethereal stuff, just take the logical next step.
Keith, can you share some tips with us on pricing? I hear you share a lot on knowing your worth, but how do you establish your prices to get paid what you're worth?
It's like one thing my buddy Dave, who helped me get started, told me, well, I just got out there and I charged what I made per hour as a job, and then I just kept charging more and more and more until customers were saying no. And then I did the math, and I got to the point where about half the customers were saying no and half of them were saying yes, and I said, I guess that's what I'm worth. It's like that's the first step, and then the next step is actually diving in, finding really successful service business owners who track the analytics in their business. They have profit and loss statements. They actually know where every dollar is going in and out. You start to figure out a man-hour rate. And you have to get some cold hard experience and track how long things actually take. You're going to eat a lot of crow in the beginning, but over time, it's like on a gradient, you're going to eventually figure it out. So you have to be creative and go out there and hustle, but you also have to take time to sit down and know the numbers. And if you suck at it, find someone who can help you quick.
Well said, Keith. Follow him on the interwebs.
Keith Kalfas, now Untrapped Podcast. Thanks, Paul.
Good to see you, my man. Where are you from?
Mars Hill, North Carolina.
Oh, yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Gershon, what's one piece of practical advice you've learned in building your business?
It's not to get too big too fast. I mean, you can watch all these YouTube things, and that'll, get you to where you're spending more money than you really have. And that's one thing I learned from your books and your experience, too, that you had is just being humble with everything, And I've kind of had my growing experiences, too, like buying a truck that I was going to use for the business and then can't find employees. So I'm pretty much a solo operator, so that's why I'm just back to back down, running everything pretty much by myself. And I'm more profitable that way, too.
I'm going to ask you one more question because that's really good. What's been the benefit of being a solopreneur and just kind of running your own business?
I don't have to worry about employees. I mean, I can set my own schedule, go at my own pace. That way, if I need to spend a little bit more time, I do a lot more stuff for older, elderly people. So they want to talk. I try to plug in a little bit of time. That makes a difference. I mean, if they're having a bad day, I can stop and talk to them, and they'll be smiling by the time I leave. So that makes me feel better too. And it's turned into. I mean, when I started this business, it was to make a little bit extra money, but it's also a ministry for me too. So that's pretty neat being able to do that. So my preacher tells me if you're not here on Wednesday night, I know where you're at. So that's worked out pretty good too.
Cool. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too.
Here, I got you. Got the whole crew. There you go. Everybody suck it in. There you go.
Are you listening to the podcast?
I do. A friend of the show. Yeah, very good. I enjoy it. Thanks for all your work and your stories and the people that are on. So, yeah.
What's one piece of practical advice you share to someone who's just starting in a lawn care business?
Get a mentor, someone that's been there, older, wiser, and that's just been there, because you need a mentor to help grow. Someone, hopefully in your city, but somewhere that, at least you can get regular, constant communication with. So, yeah.
Spot on. Nice to meet you, Eric.
Absolutely.
Great advice.
Thanks.
We have the CEO of Almond Landscape LLC here. What's up, Brittany?
Hello, how are you?
Good. What have you learned from building a shop so far?
A lot. Patience is the number one thing that I've learned, and you can never go back and build a bigger building, so we went as big as we possibly could.
What's one piece of practical advice you'd have for someone just starting in the landscaping industry?
Learn as much as you can. All of life is about being patient, right? So it's patient with building the building, patient with growing your business. Just like I said, learn as much as you can. Don't try to grow too fast, and I think that's the rules to success.
You work with your husband. You guys, are together basically 24/7. How do you guys get along and build a successful marriage and business?
A lot of grace and compromise. It's important that, we both make decisions, we make them together, and sometimes we have to make them on our own. And if a wrong decision is made, then that's still both of our decisions. I can't say, hey, that was bad. You can't be critical of them because business is so stressful. I'm glad I get to do it with my best friend, and we've just learned a lot along the way.
Cool. Thank you, Brittany.
If you guys are listening in, Paul has not stopped talking to people because he's super famous.
So you recently passed your business on to your son. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I had a major heart attack in 2020, and he took over after that year. It was, as a matter of fact, my heart attack was 2 years ago today. So quadruple bypass and the whole deal.
I'm glad you're feeling better. What's it been like taking the helm of the business?
Been good, been busy, pretty much it.
What have you learned so far from all this responsibility?
Time management, really, but that's about it. It's hard work. I'm not good at these interviews.
Okay. What's one piece of advice that you give to someone just starting out in this industry?
Number one, just be dependable, do good quality work, and that's pretty much. If you show up every week and do good work, you're going to continue to grow.
Glad you're feeling better.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Good seeing you guys again. Caleb Albin's been building an awesome shop in beautiful Fairfield County, Ohio. What have you learned from this crazy process so far?
One of the big things is a lot of planning, making sure we're planning. I just can't say plan enough, budget properly, because material costs constantly going up. If you know the building's not going to get built for a while, still building a fudge factor of inflation of things still going up another 8 or 10% next year at least. So just budgeting and lots of planning and a lot of patience. That's a big one there.
One more question. Caleb, you've been doing this for a couple decades. What's one piece of practical advice to guys just starting in the landscaping industry?
Being as I crashed my first company, not paying attention to my numbers, it's the cliche go-to answer for everybody, but you got to know if you're making money. You got to know you're recovering your costs. You have to know that what you're doing is worth the time you're putting into it to make the money you deserve to make for how hard you're working and the risk you assume. That's it, man. That's a big deal. That's number one.
I asked this to your wife, but I want to hear your perspective. How do you guys get along being around each other in business all day and then, raising the kids and being basically around each other 24/7?
It can be real challenging on days when it's good, it's okay, and on days when it's bad, it's freaking terrible, So it's just one of those things. Like, it's a turn nice connection, building a company together, and then building a family together. And I don't know. I think it's almost kind of weird, I guess, to the level we can do it and not kill each other. But just being patient and learning to listen, and just like Britt says a lot, having grace and just understanding maybe you heard the person wrong or maybe misunderstood, and we need to reevaluate, reapproach. And then trying to take time to each other outside of work is like a big part of it. So it's a lot of things coming together to make it work. Cool.
That's Caleb Allman, Allman Landscape LLC.
What's up? Thanks, folks.
Absolutely epic. You need to listen to it when you're on the mower. Absolutely epic. Cool. Incredible.
What have you learned from the Equip this year so far?
What I've learned, this is a great marketing place. You need to come here and you need to come out of your comfort zone. Push it and actually shake hands, get to meet people. Incredible people, incredible business advice.
What's a piece of practical advice you give to someone just starting out in the lawn care landscaping businesses?
You have to humble yourself and come out of your comfort zone. You definitely have to shake hands and get to meet people and let them know you're a person just like they are. They have needs and you have needs, and get to know them one-on-one basis, and you'll have a customer for life.
Well said. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Bill. Thank you so much.
Yeah, real quick. What was your favorite memory on the Green Industry podcast?
A lot of them just like hanging, like you when you were like younger, and then there were a bunch of time, like just the funny stories he tells. It's really funny, and it just like I'm on my lawnmower and I'm just like laughing my face off, and it's really fun.
Yeah, you like those Jobber 90 commercials, huh?
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Yeah. Nice meeting you too.
Nice meeting you.
I watch you on Instagram too, by the way.
You hosted an Instagram with me.
I know. You and I did, because Mac wasn't even on it. Took a truck.
Yeah. I don't know if you heard that story. So me, Brian, and our homeboy Mac was doing an Instagram live, and Mac's truck, his brand new truck, broke down on his last job site, and he wasn't able to get back to the house to film it live. It was
7 o'clock at night.
7 o'clock at night, yeah. He was
Dark.
waiting for roadside.
Yeah.
The people in the chat was like, get out, get a hammer, bang on the starter.
I told him to. I said, get under there and start banging things.
It was something else that was a problem.
I didn't even know.
I don't remember what the problem was, but
You see it getting darker and darker, and he's like, dude, it's 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And you and I were just chilling.
Just chopping it up, so.
His employee was there too.
It was crazy. Captain Jack. Captain Jack from like Jack Sparrow.
yeah.
So, but yeah, that was it.
I like it.
Yeah. No. You both the guy be involved with this and stuff like that, but you had some really good podcasts lately. And last year, I just about quit the business. I was almost out of it. My partner died. I think I talked to you that on a coaching call, but 3 days after he quit last year, he passed away, had a massive stroke and died. And I'm like, oh man, I think I'm going to get out of the business. I said, I can't take this, all this pressure and stuff like that. It was one of your episodes that I listened to, and it was from an older episode you had coming out of Minnesota that I listened to. That's it. We're going to go until she strips and then back her off when we're going full tilt. And thank you for doing that. It was your episode, and then it was Brian's episode just lately that got me to LAL.
Good, man.
You yelled at me. You punished me. You screaming at me.
Was it the Monday show? The Monday show like a week? I just was yelling at everybody. I was like, I don't care. You need to get...
You were yelling at me personally.
It's funny, that day, like 10 more people bought their ticket.
Yeah, it was me. I stopped what I was doing.
Well, I mean, it's like when you're out there in the desert sometimes, like you're talking about, and you feel like you're the only one, or it feels like the world's caving in, and then you realize like other people are dealing with the same stuff or similar stuff,
right.
And then you gotta get around people that are your community. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why I was like, dude, what do you mean you're not gonna go? Like, you need to get around and pump up, get charged up.
Yeah, and you guys have all been part of this community for so long, and it's the reason why. I know it's got to get old. You do this repetitively over and over again, especially for you. What are you at, 800 something now?
835.
835. Okay, I've listened to all of them, so I just don't remember what number they're on.
Well, on a big pillow full of cash, so don't let him.
I know he's got the things over his eyes, right? And he's got the earmuffs on and stuff like that.
He went to bed late.
But 8:30?
I tried to go. Yeah.
You guys are awesome. I really appreciate what you're doing. I listened and read all your books.
Thank you.
It's helped, and that's why with her help and being behind me after my partner passed away and stuff like that, I said, you're going to have to be on board with this. And then you yelled at me to go to LAL, so here we go. Now I'm going to go to LAL, and I'll see you guys.
You won't regret it.
I won't. No,
I promise
won't.
you.
I promise.
Who's the guy from LMN? Mark Bradley. I was talking to him the other day. You just bring in everything. It's going to be good.
He's coming?
Yeah. Mark Bradley, dude, he ran a $50 million company. Yeah, he's coming to LAL, and he's got a whole slew of stuff.
Corey Ballard, I got to talk to him.
He's going to give documents away. It's going to be wild.
Corey Ballard.
I follow y'all a lot on Instagram, man. Y'all really inspired me to start my lawn business. I was a cable technician for 5.5 years, and that's what made me get out of it. I fell 16 inches from a pole, and I dislocated my wrist, but I got a settlement back from my job, and it's all from a vision of God, man. God was like, start your business. $100. And at the time, I only had like a car and a Honda Pushmore, self-propelled mower, and a couple of weed eaters. God, and I asked God, I was like, God, I don't have no zero turn. I don't have no truck. I don't have a trailer. He reminded me of Moses and the staff. He said, use what you already have. He said, I'll rejoice at the small beginning, because where you start is not where you're going to end. So, man, whatever you got, Paul, continue to do it. Don't worry about the haters, man. People don't have a heaven or hell to put you in, okay? Keep going, brother. You and Brian.
Amen.
I love
Good.
what y'all doing, man.
Hold this for a second.
Yes, sir. Come on, man. You're going to make me run around this place. Don't despise me, I'm telling you. He put me to work.
Thank you, Douglas.
Appreciate that, man.
Thank you
yes,
for the
sir.
encouragement.
Man, God be the glory, man. I don't take it for myself, man. I just do what he tell me to do. That's all.
It's nice to meet you. Did you get a shirt from Emily?
I did. Yes, sir.
This is Caleb's dad. We had him on earlier. What's it been like to see your son grow his lawn care business?
Oh, it's been great. I mean, he started out when he was 13. Really, he started when he was 7, got his first paying job mowing grass. So, I mean, it's been great. And then it's fun coming to seeing guys like you and Brian and finding out there's other guys like him out there doing the same work, trying to make it work. And it's wonderful.
Did you say hi to Brian yet?
Yep, I want to say hi to him. Man. Good seeing you.
Yeah, good seeing you again. I'm sure I'll see you around plenty.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I'm Paul.
Nice to meet you, Noah.
Noah. What's one piece of practical advice you'd share with someone just starting their business?
I would say that it's good to focus on route density to start. That really helped me because I kept my route really tight. I didn't have to travel too far, so all my guys and everything is really nice and close. I think that's pretty good advice because when you start branching out, you start increasing labor costs, trip times, everything just starts increasing. When you keep it nice and close, it really keeps everything their costs, and it's really good to start out with.
Uniontown, Ohio, right by where you worked at Congress Lake Country Club.
Yeah, I'm from Canton, Ohio.
That's awesome.
What's it like having a lawn care business in Stark County?
It's interesting. We got snow, we can lay mulch, we can mow, we can do it all. So,
what's one piece of practical advice you give to someone who's starting in the lawn care business?
Just to be friendly with your customers. You're there to solve their problems. So be open to new ideas and just listening to them, but sticking to your numbers and knowing your worth.
Well said. Nice to meet you in person.
Nice to meet you.
What's up, Paul? Hi. How are you? Good. Hammond Landscape? Yep. Oh, Ethan, I know you from the internet. Yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, I know you. Yeah. Hey, nice to meet you, Ben. Hey, I know you. Yeah.
Nice to meet you. How about you?
Nice to meet you.
He's super famous. I'm just his assistant today.
Oh.
That's awesome, man.
Man, it's an honor to meet you.
Well, thank you. That's awesome, man. Do you guys fly or drive?
We drove here.
Okay, cool. Are you guys here all day, today, tomorrow?
We're here today and tomorrow.
That's cool. That's cool. That'd be a good time. How old are you, by the way?
I am 18 years old.
That's awesome, dude. How long have you been running your business now?
Well, me and him, I started running it kind of at 14, but
cool.
Me and him has been doing it together since this should be our good year this year.
That's awesome. Good for you. Are you still in school or graduate?
I graduated, but I'm in Votech school taking welding.
That's awesome. That's a good thing to do.
Yes,
That'll
sir.
really help you out with the business and if you need to do anything like that.
We do lawn care and we also do our own welding business too.
That's pretty cool.
I started that this year and so far it's going really well.
Really?
I like to work on the farm equipment.
Heck yeah, man. There's a lady back at home. She has a welding business. She does very well for herself. Ace Welding. Shout out to Ace Welding. They do really, really well. Yeah, so you guys look familiar. Yeah.
You know, just
How's everything
content.
going? Hanging out?
But I appreciate it.
Chilling? That's cool.
That's it.
There you go. Like mowers, just kind of hanging out? Yeah. That's cool, man. Where are you guys from again?
Illinois, Central.
That's right.
Germany.
Oh, yeah. That's cool. Are you guys got to see him here? Is he here?
Not yet.
Yeah.
I hope so.
I hope so. He's a good dude. Yeah, awesome. Well, I'll see you guys around, all right?
Appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you.
Stay out of trouble.
We got a professional speaker. What's your best tip for someone starting in the landscaping industry?
That's a good one. Work hard, get yourself noticed, and get yourself out front.
What's a piece of practical advice for someone starting in the landscaping industry?
Oh, wow. Get educated. Find a mentor that's done it before and ask a lot of questions.
Yourself involved with a group like PGMS?
Yeah, Professional Grounds Management Society.
Cool. Nice meeting you guys, Steve.
Appreciate it, man. Good luck.
See you.
Got a
Thanks
long
for what
day
you
ahead
do.
of
Nice meeting you, Jared.
Inside.
Don't bend over because you can't get out.
Okay, inside peanut butter.
Thank you.
You got it. I got you. See you guys. Stay out of trouble.
That's right.
There you go. Hey guys. Hey.
We're Nate. Hey, no, Nate's mom and dad.
Nice to meet you. Awesome. How you guys doing? Doing great? Yeah. How's the show you?
What's one thing you've learned in building your lawn care business?
Don't lower your numbers down for your customers. Keep them up high so that you don't lose any money and profit. That's really what it is. It truly is. I mean, they wanna try and bring you down, but you can't do that because you ain't gonna make no money, no profit. So you gotta keep and hold it, and they'll trust you afterwards. If not, they'll find somebody cheaper and they'll regret it. So that's all I got.
Here more than anywhere else, probably.
Good.
Yeah, for real. Like I love Louisville.
Where are you from? You're from Bloomington, so you're, or Minnesota.
I'm from Atlanta.
Michigan. He's from Georgia.
Oh, we went to Michigan this summer.
I listen to both of you guys' podcasts.
Thanks, man.
I've got your book. Really appreciate it. You know, a lot of your reviews I kind of tend to go off of. So
That's awesome. He's great. He's got a great podcast.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's the man.
I'm about 150 episodes behind. I'm pretty current on yours though.
Hey.
So,
There you go. Well, he puts out a daily show. That's hard to keep up with.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for creating content and then also consuming. But you know what? At least it's there every morning.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's like the link. You know what I mean?
No, it's real nice. We appreciate you guys.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, I really get a picture with both of you.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. There you go. Hey, thanks so much, brother. I'm sure I'll see you guys. Absolutely.
Nice meeting you, Nathan.
What's up?
How are you?
Good. Good, man. You enjoying the show?
Yeah. What's one piece of practical advice you share to someone who's just starting in the lawn care business?
I would say focus on an area you want to service and advertise, do whatever you can to get customers in that one area, because if you can only work in that one area, oh dude, the amount of money that you're going to make is tremendous. You're saving all that windshield drive time, crazy. Just keep the equipment rolling. That'd be probably up there on the list as far as what I would say.
Cool. One more question. We have Caleb here from Pennsylvania. You're an avid attendee of the Equip Expo. What keeps you coming back every year?
The people, just like Paul. I got to come say, hey, this honestly pumps me up so much. It helps me get through the next year and to the next Equip Expo, because, you know, you can be out there working and it's just you. And there's no other people, social media people in your area. And so this motivates me so much to keep going and keep crushing it all the way till next October and come right back here and do this all over again.
Cool. They could turn that into a commercial, man. Good job. Cool. Great seeing you.